Hey guys, it's Miss Lauren, the OT here. I am with you here today in honor of Star Wars Day. This is why I'm wearing my Yoda onesie here. So we are going to do a craft today using a toilet paper roll, and we are going to be making a Baby Yoda, which is this guy, in case you're not sure. This is Baby Yoda, and we are going to make him out of a toilet paper roll. So what we're going to need: toilet paper roll. You're going to also need, and it's okay if you don't have the right colors, you can use whichever colors you want, but I'm going to use the colors that are on Baby Yoda. So his skin is what color? Green. So I have a light green marker, and I have a light green, it's actually more of like a yellowy green crayon that I'm going to use. And his ears are, the inside of them is kind of a pink, so I've got a pink crayon. And then his robe is brown, and his eyes are also a brown. They're very dark brown. And then I've got black also for the inside of his eyes. So brown, black, green, and pink. Those are the colors that I have. Okay? And again, you can use whatever colors you want. And you're also going to need some scissors, or if mom or dad has some scissors, they can help you out. So here's my scissors. And they're actually the same color. So they're green like Yoda. All right, so the first thing we're going to do, get your paper towel roll. And you're going to squeeze it a little bit. Not so that it's totally flat, but you can see kind of two sides starting to form here. You're going to take your green crayon or marker, and we're going to try to hold it with our thumb and two fingers. So if you want, if that's kind of hard for you, if you like doing it with a fist better, sometimes you can take a marker, the cap of the marker, or another crayon, or if you have a pom-pom or a cotton ball or something, like a little toy that you like, you're going to take it and you're going to hold it against your palm with your little finger and your ring finger, just like that. So that leaves these three fingers, your thumb, your index, and your middle finger, free to hold the marker or the crayon or the pencil. You're going to use your thumb with it bent. Your pointer finger is going to pinch the marker, and then your middle finger is going to use the side to help control it like that. Okay? So we're going to take our marker or our crayon, and we're going to just draw along the side just a little bit of the toilet paper roll that we squeezed. Doesn't have to be very far. Here, I'm going to pull this one up too so that you can. Okay, so hopefully you can see this a little bit better now. So we've got our toilet paper roll. We squeeze it a little bit. Then we're going to draw on the sides that we squeezed. So just a little bit though. It doesn't have to go very far. See how that's not even halfway? So just maybe an inch or so down there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to draw a line in the middle. I'm going to go back here. About the same length that we drew the other lines. Okay? So now we should have a line on each side. So 1, 2, and then a line in the middle on the back. So the middle line is going to get a dot near the top. Not exactly at the top, but maybe half an inch, quarter inch down. All right, and then the two side ones are going to get dots at the top and at the bottom. Okay, so our sides get a dot at the top and a dot at the bottom. And then we're going to draw from this middle dot out and up. We're going to connect the dots. So the middle dot to the top on either side. And to the bottom dot on either side. If you want, you can make it straight, or you can make it kind of curved, like Yoda's ears. Okay, so you should have something kind of like this. What shape does that make? Right there. It's a triangle. So you're gonna have two triangles on either side of a line in the middle. It kind of looks like a butterfly, actually. So that's all we need for right now. And the next thing we're gonna do, so we're gonna flip it over. And again, this is my side that I messed up a little bit, but that's okay. So what we're gonna do, should we draw his eyes first or his mouth first? So I think I'm gonna do his eyes first, but if you want, you can do his mouth first. So for his eyes, I'm gonna take, let's see, I'm gonna use my brown marker first. And eyes are what shape? They are circles. So I'm gonna draw two circles. There's one. I'm gonna do it, now that we have the line from before that I messed up, I can see where the middle is. So one to the right of the middle, and then one to the left of the middle. Okay, so two big circles. He's got pretty brown eyes. All right, so two brown circles. And again, if you want to use different colors, that's okay. So I'm going to take my black marker now. I'm going to color in the middle. Okay. My crayons are broken, and it's okay if yours are too. Broken crayons actually make you use these little fingers so that you work your finger muscles and your hands get stronger. Okay, so I made my brown circles and I colored in the middle black. So I'm going to take my pink and give him a smile. And it might be hard to see the pink. Let's see, here we go. I'm going to make it a little darker. So you got to push a little harder to make it darker if you're using a crayon. So there's my smile. And then so the inside of Yoda's ears are kind of pink, if you remember that picture. I'll pull that up again. Here's our picture of Baby Yoda, and you can see that the inside of his ears are pink. So I'm going to draw a little bit of pink inside my ears, inside these triangles. Okay, so he has pink in there. Those are going to be his ears. And now we're going to use our green. We're going to draw a line. It can be curved a little bit or it can be straight. We're going to draw it from the bottom of this line, which is his ear, to the bottom of the other line or ear, so that we know where to color. All right, so we're going to color above that line on his face. And we want to be careful to go around the smile and around the eyes. Okay. And again, if you want, you can hold that marker cap or a little pom-pom or a toy against your hand with your little finger and your ring finger. Okay, so I'm coloring, trying to be careful. Okay, so there is my Baby Yoda face. It is green. Okay, and then for the ears, we're going to color inside the triangle, but be careful not to color too much on the pink. Same for both sides. Okay, so we have our Yoda face colored in green. We have our ears colored in green. So 2 green and pink triangles, or they could be any color you want. Okay, now we're going to take our brown. Well, actually, before we do that, if you want to give him hands, you can do this part. So if you want to put his hands together, you can do a green circle in the middle. He's going to be holding his hands. Okay, so green circle in the middle. Then you're going to take your brown. And you're going to draw from the top middle. So I'm going to make a little dot there. I'm going to draw a line going towards his ear, like that, but not very far. So it's going towards his ear, but it doesn't go all the way. And the same thing on this side. I'm going to draw a line towards his ear, or you can draw a V shape, just like that. And then a straight line on one side of the green circle, and a straight line on the other side of the green circle. So it kind of looks like an X too. If you wanted, you could draw an X and then draw a green circle underneath the bottom. Okay, and then I'm going to draw a little line coming up on each side. So it's almost like you have a rectangle or a square, but without the top line. So you've got little line down, line over, and line up. Same thing over here. Line down, line over, and line up. Okay? And then I'm going to use my brown crayon to color in his robe. If you want, you can use your brown marker or any other color you want. Or you don't even have to color it in because the toilet paper roll is also brown. So that works if you leave it just like it is. Okay. Color, color, color. And if you need help to hold the toilet paper roll, that's okay. You can ask mom or dad for help. But if you can, try to make sure that you're holding it with one hand and coloring with the other hand. Okay, I'm also going to draw a line across the bottom of the ear, so from one bottom to the other. You don't have to do that, but I'm just going to do that to keep a guide for where to color. There we go. So I've got his robe nice and colored here. All right. And I'm also going to use my brown marker to draw a line like that across. You can do this if you want, or you don't have to. I'm just going to draw a brown line across the top of his robe, all the way around. Okay. So now we're going to use our scissors, or we can ask mom or dad to help with using scissors. All right, so what we're going to do, all right, here's our Yoda so far. We're gonna flip him over, and on that back, where we drew that first line down, we're gonna cut that line. So what we have to do, when we hold our scissors, if we have scissors that have a big hole and a little hole, we wanna make sure that the little hole is on top, and we put our thumb in the little hole, and a couple fingers in the bottom hole. If 3 of yours fit, that's fine. If they all fit, that's fine. If only 2 fit, that's fine too. But you want fingers in the bottom, in the big hole, and your thumb in the top, in the little hole. And we always want to cut away from our body so that we don't cut ourselves or our fingers. So to hold this safely, I'm going to pinch the bottom of the toilet paper roll. And it's actually the top. We flipped it over because I want to cut away from my body. So I'm going to line up the scissors with the line and squeeze, but not too hard, because I'm only going to cut where the green line is. Okay? And now, it's okay if you go a little bit further. It's not the end of the world, that's for sure. All right, so now I'm going to turn it, and I'm going to be cutting along the top of the robe to the bottom of the ear. So I want to make sure that my scissors go underneath. And if they don't get all the way there, that's okay. So I've got my scissors underneath where I'm cutting and between the top layer, so I'm not cutting there. All right, and snip, snip, just to the ear, just to the bottom of that ear. I'm going to stop and do the same thing on the other side. Snip to the bottom of the ear. All right, so now we're going to cut out these extra parts by starting at the corner of the ear, so that line, that dot that was just a little bit down from the top, and we're going to cut straight along the ear to the bottom. Squeeze. There we go. And then from that dot to the top of the ear, you gotta pinch right there so we're not getting our fingers in the way. And squeeze. There we go. And then same thing on the other ear. We're going to line up with the top of the ear. Squeeze. And we're going to line up with the bottom of the ear. And squeeze. There we go. So now, it almost looks like Yoda, except we can't see his ears when we're looking at him from the front. So we're going to take our crayon or our marker. We're going to line it up on the outside at the corner of his ear, and we're going to roll the ear around the crayon. There you go. You see that okay? So I rolled up the crayon inside of his ear, and then let go. And then same thing with the other ear. We're going to line it up with the corner, and then roll the ear up around the crayon. Okay. So now you can see his ears when we look at him from the front. And if you want, you don't have to do this part, but you can put your crayon along the top of his ear and roll just a little bit on both sides. This is a little bit trickier, so if you need some help, it's okay to ask. Okay, so now we should have our Baby Yoda. I hope you guys had fun making him. I did. I'll see you again next time.